Hey everyone, I'm your host Brittany Jones Cooper, and welcome back to Build at Home in My Home. I'm really excited to chat with today's guest, Andrew Rannells, about season 2 of Black Monday. But first, I want to take a second to remind you guys that as of today, 234 million school meals have gone unserved due to school cancellations. That's a lot of communities in need. So the campaign No Kid Hungry is looking to help. So you can visit nokidhungry.org for more information on how you can donate. Now I want to switch gears and bring in our guest, Andrew Rannells. Andrew, welcome.
Brittany, that's such a nice, that's such a great organization to promote. And thank you for doing
Yeah.
that. I think that's
a lot of people forget
something that people don't necessarily think about when school is out. So so thanks for promoting that.
Of course, thanks for joining us. You're also in New York City, right?
I'm in New York City.
So what's your experience been like? How many days have you been social distancing?
I have been in New York for about 2 weeks. I came out here to do some press for Black Monday, and then of course everything sort of was canceled or postponed. But very happy to be home. I've lived here for over 20 years, so it feels great to be back in New York, and feeling very fortunate that I am healthy, my family is healthy, my boyfriend and his kids are healthy. So obviously just feeling very, very grateful to have my.
Yeah. What have you been doing to sort of pass the time?
Oh, Brittany.
Well,
Brittany, it's so much furniture rearranging.
Me too.
Constant furniture rearranging. Just like, well, what if we I'll just put it there? Is that better? It's just like, that's basically been a lot of that. A lot of dusting, a lot of cleaning, a lot of furniture rearranging. I mean, I'm lucky that, I'm trying to sort of limit as much as I go out of the apartment as much as possible, but I'll go for, a walk, and things like that. So, just trying to, I don't know. I think everybody's just trying to figure out like the best way to be responsible in this time. So yeah, so just sort of figuring that out. Definitely watching a lot of television.
Yes.
A lot of TV, burn through Tiger King and break.
Whoa, Tiger King is crazy.
I mean, yes.
It was a show I didn't know I needed.
No.
It was a culture I didn't know that I needed to understand,
No, and that show is so odd and fascinating, and that there are so many people. Like, it's not just one person. There's like a whole assortment of people who raise these big cats and cat. It's like it's just crazy. Ozark is also starting. I like that I'm promoting other people's television shows.
Hey, why not?
Laura Linney is back on Ozark. Couldn't be happier about that. Black Monday is also on.
I love knowing what you're watching because I, no joke, have been watching Black Monday. Regina Hall was actually my last interview in the studio.
Oh, get out!
Before we all did the social distancing thing. So I've been in the Black Monday world for a couple of weeks. I love the show so much.
Oh, thank you. Isn't she just the best?
She's the best.
She's one of my favorite people I've ever worked with. She's just so lovely. And I will say that we worked sometimes some very long hours on Black Monday, and her mood and her persona never wavers. Yeah. So it could be like 6 a.m. and she's cool and fun. It could be 2 a.m. and she's cool and fun. Like, there's I love her so much, and I just respect the hell out of her.
I like that you describe her as cool and fun because that's the read I get. And then I interviewed her a few times, and every time I'm just like, can we?
I know.
Like, that would be cool. You look fun.
Can we just hang out? I know.
That's it.
And probably more than a lot of people I've worked with, people are like, oh my God, what is she like? Like, is it as good as I think it is? And it is.
And you get to share the screen with her a lot. Now, coming into season 2, remind us where we catch up, because your two characters are now in business together.
Yeah, so season 1 concluded with actual Black Monday, with the stock market crash of 1987. And now we flash forward a couple months, and Regina and I are now running this office together, and we're in charge, which is what we always thought we wanted. But it proves to be a little more difficult than we thought to kind of keep everything afloat. And we initially, Mo, Don Cheadle's character, we're like, well, we never want to be like him. We would never run the office like that. But then we very quickly find out that you're in charge. You've got to make some tough decisions. And my character, Blair, is he's spending a lot of time in Washington, D.C., lobbying for bank deregulation. He starts a romantic relationship with a Republican congressman, played by my real life boyfriend, Tuck Watkins. So there's a lot happening. There's a lot happening. Yeah.
Let's talk about the evolution of Blair for a second, because of all the characters, his has really had the biggest transformation. I mean, talk about starting as Blair season 1. How much did you know about his storyline and how kind of dark he would eventually get?
I sort of had the general sort of trajectory explained to me by Jordan Cahan and David Casp, but the second season, it's like it just keeps getting weirder and darker, and I couldn't even believe, like, where I end for the second season. I was like, are we really gonna do this?
Really?
Yeah, and it's certainly very exciting, and it's really great to get to to start playing a character who is so sort of naive and optimistic, and then slowly sort of becomes I don't know if corrupted is the right word, but perhaps it is, that he takes quite a turn. So no, as an actor, of course, that's really exciting to get to play somebody who travels so far. So yeah.
What has been the favorite scene for you so far in these 2 seasons for Blair? Because you get to play him so big, and so many of these things are so outrageous. So is there one that's particularly really fun and memorable?
This coming Sunday, our episode, it's probably the most like sort of Three's Company acting I've ever gotten to do, and it was such a dream come true, and it's so great. Our writers really sort of not only they're very smart and very funny, but they also really lean into the time period in a really great way. So we have Regina and June Diane Raphael and Tuck Watkins and I have we have a crazy very physical episode on a golf course this coming week. And June, I mean, it was just like it was a total dream come true to be like not only with my boyfriend, but then to be with Regina and June Diane Raphael, like just for like 2 days, getting to like crack up and like hang out together. So this Sunday's episode is one of my favorites. It's very odd.
Comedically, I don't know if you get much better than that. She's my favorite part of Grace and Frankie. Like, oh my God.
So great. And she's married to Paul Scheer, who's also on the show. They didn't cross paths on the show, but yeah, it's a fun episode. It's one of my favorites.
Really quick on the topic of Paul, that made me think of just Paul's all Don's costumes this season.
Oh, I know.
So Regina said that she just like nonstop made fun of Don Cheadle for his hair. Like, how much like ribbing do you guys do behind the scenes, making fun of their costumes?
We do a lot. Regina, it's so funny because like you get used to yourself like looking like that.
Yeah.
I mean, my look is not that extreme, I guess. Like it's like
nice suits and
80s, but Regina, we got to a certain point, like maybe like into like the 3rd or 4th episode, where I was like, you should get a perm. Like your hair is great like that. And she was like, are you out of your mind? And I was like, no, I think it's like, it would just like the idea, like the eye makeup, hair. I was like, you look good.
Wow.
You should do that in life. She's not going to get a perm.
No, I'm happy that she just ignored that. That's horrible advice.
But she does look good. Like I feel like she's so pretty, and like even in that wig that she has this season, which is a little different than the one she had last season. It's like it's a good. I don't know. She pulls it off.
What about Don Cheadle's wig though?
Well, Don's wig, the long one is like
so good.
Rough. It is rough, but it's also a wig, so he got to take it off at the end of every day. So you kind of get to be, if it was your actual hair, I think that'd be a problem. But woof, he had some really bold fashion choices this year. But he pulls it off like a champ, man. Like never complained, just like did it. Was like, this is what I look like. I'm putting on these MC Hammer Pants, and we're just gonna go for it.
I'm just imagining all the Halloween costumes that will be Black Monday inspired.
Well, it's funny you say that. We have it's not this week, it's in probably 2 weeks. We do have a Halloween episode, which as a kid watching TV, like I always loved those episodes when like Facts of Life had like a Halloween episode or Family Time.
Fruity.
Yes, I was like, well, that's so fun. So we actually got to do one. And Regina, I don't think it's been out there. Regina and Don, it's a little bit in the trailer, I guess, but like there's some really solid 80s Halloween costumes coming your way.
Very much looking forward to that.
It's really good. Don particularly, and Dule Hill is also he joins our cast this year, and he's fantastic and has a great appearance in that episode as well.
That's awesome.
Hilarious Halloween costume.
And a big part for Blair this season is him coming into his true identity as far as relationships. And he's in this relationship now with your current boyfriend, Tuck Watkins. I want to know, what was the casting like for that?
Well, I'll be honest. I stayed out of it as much as possible because Tuck and I had just done Boys in the Band together, and we did the movie of Boys in the Band just this past summer, and then they were casting this part, and of course, I was like, well, it'd be nice if it could be somebody that I know and like. Could be
attractive.
And then Showtime came to me with a very short list of actors, and Tuck was on it. And Tuck did a show in the early 2000s called Beggars and Choosers on Showtime, and we have some of the same executive producers still. And they were like, we like this guy, and what do you think about that? So I just very sort of low key was like, I think he's good. I've worked with him, but I didn't tell anybody that we were dating. And then after he was cast and it was all done, I was like, that's actually my boyfriend. Right. And some people were a little shocked and like, why didn't you say anything? And I was like, well, because I just wanted it to happen on its own, in its own way. Yeah. And Tuck is great, and like that's what happened. So yeah. But
you win for them because your chemistry is so believable. I mean, they should be.
I mean, it's a special. It's a weird thing to have to do sex scenes with your boyfriend. I'll be honest with you. Because the whole time I was like, oh, people on set were like, oh, so that's what it looks like.
Oh, got it.
That's what it is. Like, no, we're still acting. Everyone's acting.
Oh, that's really good.
Yeah.
That's
it's a very unique experience to have to do that.
Another unique experience for you with this role is you're also a producer on the show, right?
Yeah. Yes, which it's been a really it's been very exciting to get to be sort of a part of that side of it and sort of understand that part of the business in a different way. So I mean, for years I got to watch Lena Dunham, do both on Girls, and so I felt like I had a really great sort of mentor and somebody who was provided a great example for me to do this. So it's been fun. It's just sort of makes you feel even more invested and excited about it. Yeah.
Is that something you want to do more of?
I would like to. I mean, I've certainly been writing a lot more and doing more of that. I wrote an episode for the second season of Modern Love for Amazon that we'll find out exactly when we start doing that, but I'll be writing and directing that, which is very exciting. So I feel like obviously in this business and many others, it's like diversity is key. So as many hats as you can wear is probably puts you in a better position sometimes. So but I just like to explore all of those things. So yeah.
I have to let you know, I'm so proud of the many hats that you wear. I'm also from Omaha.
You are?
Yeah.
What?
Born and raised. I'm from Papillion.
Bury the lead.
I know, I did. I meant to bring it up earlier, but then we just got into it.
Did you go to Ralston, Papillion?
I went to Papillion. I grew up in Papillion, Bellevue area. Went to Papillion La Vista High School. Graduated from Lincoln. The whole bit.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Do you ever go back?
Oh, all the time.
Yeah,
Like
there.
3 or 4 times a year. All my family's there.
I know.
You know, people don't move out of Omaha really, so it's like I
They
go home.
don't. Do they?
Yeah.
I know. Yeah.
But honestly, did you
That's
have
so
like
crazy.
during this time? I was like, maybe Omaha's where I should be because I feel like my people are more prepared for the apocalypse than I am here.
Well, yeah. It's hard. I mean, I have a brother in Papillion.
Oh,
Yeah, and yeah, but most of my family is still in Omaha, and yeah, I guess it's interesting to talk to them about sort of what this feels like there, because obviously in New York we're so sort of on top of each other,
yeah.
and as quiet as it is in the city, it's still, people are still kind of out and about,
Yeah.
and it must feel very desolate there, I would imagine, right? Like,
It does. But my mom still has cans from like Y2K, so you know, yeah, I just feel like they're better prepared. I don't know.
True. Well, we don't have a Sam's Club nearby or a
Right?
Costco.
I do live in Harlem. There's like a Costco over here
They're
somewhere.
lucky.
I'm too afraid to go to it. It's too many people.
I know. How often are you going to the grocery store?
Oh, every 4 days or so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like trying to pop out and get stuff. It's hard. It's getting harder.
Well, you know, we're gonna go off topic here for a moment, but like, I don't understand how the day count works
What do you mean?
in terms of like self-isolation. Like, so if I go to the grocery store, does that mean that I've messed it up and now I have to start back at zero? They're saying like stay in for 14 days. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I do actually. I have the same thought.
What is the I mean, obviously, it's, you know, getting on a plane or something is very different, but like, if I go out and I am at the Gristedes, does that mean I have to start over?
Are you wearing gloves?
I'm not wearing gloves.
Okay. So what I've been doing is just putting on some gloves.
Okay.
Like if I'm touching stuff, it's like whatever. But I feel like I'm not bringing anything home with me.
Yeah.
That's in my head. I have no, I mean, germs are like this big, so who knows?
I know. I don't know. I mean, I've been back here for 2 weeks, and, you know, I think everybody is, you know, monitoring their symptoms, you know, moment to moment.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Nobody knows. It's so weird.
Everybody sort of has a different opinion about what that means. So I'm not sure. Yeah.
You're right though. The CDC hasn't said like how to start the day count. I've counted the 14 days, but I've certainly left like 3 times to go
Sure. Yeah. No, I mean, I've had to leave my apartment to get things, but
yeah.
I don't know what that actually means.
I don't think that counts. Let's just say that doesn't count.
It probably well, I don't know.
For my mental health, let's just say it doesn't. And that it's 14 days.
I just know everybody is crazy about those Cuomos now, man. Lining up. The number of text messages I've gotten about like the Cuomos are so hot. The Cuomos. Okay,
first of all, they are.
They are. No, they are. And Andrew Cuomo is doing a fantastic job. I've always been a fan of Chris Cuomo. I'm on board. I'm on board.
100%. The other day when they got into that little tiff, and Andrew Cuomo was just like, "Oh, okay, fine."
Yeah.
And Chris was like, "I gotta go to commercial." I was like, "This is the best reality show I've ever watched in my life."
It's so weird that they both have such like. He's the governor. I mean, like,
I know.
He's like real in charge. And then just fighting with his brother in like a fun way.
For the viewers out there, if you're not watching Black Monday, you really are missing out. It is so absurd and funny and wild. It airs Sundays on Showtime, so make sure you guys check it out. And Andrew, thank you again for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Bye.
Bye-bye.